Hi everybody. Of all the logistical challenges that we've faced about return to school, this one, the one I'm about to talk about, has actually been one of the more intriguing ones, is how to feed our community safely and of course well, right? Because you only have to take one look at me to know that being well fed is an important aspect of life for this individual, always has been. But it's also a really important aspect of our school, you know. Healthy kids who are eating well and burning off all that energy that they burn off, that's what good schools do, is they make sure that part of things is looked after really well enough. So we're excited about the plan that we have so that we can accomplish those goals. So I'm just about to pass you over to Leanne Schultz, our Director of HR and Operations, and to April Pringle, our Chef Manager. And they're going to walk you through, in much the same way as you were walked through some of our procedures yesterday, they're going to walk you through some of our procedures around lunches. And I've got to tell you that Sarab's famous butter chicken is day one. So enjoy. Thanks everyone.
Hi, I'm Leanne Schultz. I'm the Director of Operations and Human Resources here at King Margaret's School, and with me is April Pringle. She's our Chef Manager for Dana Hospitality Services. We're going to change the way we're doing lunch this year. We have to make it as safe as possible for our students and our staff. April's going to let us know exactly what's in store.
Hi. So this year we have big changes in the kitchen. In the kitchen we're practicing a lot of safety measures. We have shields for our faces, we're using gloves or masks where required, and we'll be washing our hands all the time. So as we're feeding the kids in the dining room, the kids are going to come in, we're in glide hall right now, so the kids are going to come in through this entrance behind the camera, and they're going to come in with their cohorts into glide hall, which will have 14 tables, enough for all the kids in each cohort, and they're going to sit at assigned tables and they will be fed. Last year the kids had they had a salad bar, they had a sandwich bar, fruit bar, soup bar, panini bar, and they fed themselves. So this year we can't do that anymore, so we are having assigned seating for all the kids. They'll be at each table that will be assigned to them by their FA. And
or their homeroom teacher in junior school.
And we'll be serving them from the kitchen. We have a hot choice and we have a cold choice, and we have a vegetarian choice, and we have soup every day. So the kids will make their choices in the senior grades. The kids will be doing their own choosing from preschool, no, not preschool, from grades 4 to 7. They will have help from their parents. The menus will be up on the website for you to take a look at. They'll be up 2 weeks in advance all the time. And you can just take a look at that, decide what you want, what looks good for your kids, what looks good to the kids, and make the choices. And the choices will be done about a week in advance. You'll get a form, which Leanne can explain.
Okay, so each student in grades 8 through 12 will be emailed a form and will work with their FA to complete the form based on the menu's options for the week ahead. These forms will be completed between Monday and Wednesday and submitted on Wednesday. For children in grades 4 to 7, the forms will be sent home to the parents' email addresses, and we're hoping that this will be a great conversation for kids and parents to be able to make nutritious choices for the week ahead. If you forget to fill out your form or you miss the email, the default will always be the hot entree option. If your child or you, if you're a senior student, has some dietary restrictions or diagnosed allergies, those will also be taken into consideration. I would ask parents, if they haven't already detailed any dietary restrictions, they need to get in touch with Nurse Tracy before school starts. For children from ECE to grade 3, they will be actually eating in their classrooms for this year, or at least until we're able to get over this COVID crisis. So those children will be given options to have the hot entree, a kid-friendly sandwich, and some delicious soups. And the classroom teacher will be serving them. So we have a few students here who are helping to demonstrate what it's going to look like. Obviously they're not in the same learning cohort, but it'll give you a sense of what we're going to be doing. We're keeping them socially distanced so that we're able to maintain our safety protocols just for the purposes of this demonstration. When the students come in, they're going to be scheduled to come into the dining halls by cohort. So some students will be eating on Glycol's side here, some students will be eating in Karen Quinn. Each cohort of students will have their own entrance and exit times and doors. So there won't be any issues with the mingling of the cohorts. I think another piece of information that's important to share is that we're going to be cleaning out the dining room very thoroughly between seatings. So the junior school will be eating first, children from grades 4 to 7, and then after they're finished, our housekeeping team is going to come in and do a disinfectant, and then the grades 8 to 12 students will come in for their lunch. When the students come in, they'll see that their numbers are on the table, and they will go to their assigned table. Each table will be assigned a head student, and this head student's responsibility will be to meet the chef at the warming tray and help carry the platter of pre-served plates and bowls for soup over to the student tables. So Kenya and Kieran, do you want to go show them what a platter looks like, please? So obviously there's no food on this platter, but there will be, I promise. Each child will be given a portion of the food that they chose that's in accordance with the Canadian food guidelines. But we know that some kids have bigger appetites and some kids have smaller appetites. So we ask for your patience as we get to know your child through the year, and we will tailor their choices accordingly in terms of what would be a healthy serving. But please let me assure you that every child will get a healthy lunch and no child should be hungry by the end of the day. So each student will have washed their hands or sanitized their hands before they come into the dining room. However, we're trying to keep things as low touch as possible. So it will be the head student's responsibility to serve out the plates and also disperse the cutlery, which we'll have presented for each table. Each table will also have a pitcher of milk or water that the students can choose to drink. And cups, of course, to drink from. Yeah. So once lunch is finished, the head student will have a busing tray, and he will collect, or she will collect all of the plates and take them up to the kitchen window for washing. And then the students will be dismissed to carry on with their lunch break and go and have a little bit of fun before they start learning again for the rest of the afternoon. This year we'll also be having snacks available from ECE all the way to grade 12. So these students will get their snacks in the morning and will be able to enjoy them during their morning break. This year, snacks will have to be individually wrapped. So unfortunately, that means a little bit more plastic product and wrapping than we would have liked, but we need to make sure that we're adhering to the safety guidelines.
So this year, our boarding students are going to be served by the kitchen staff for breakfast and dinner. So it'll be similar to what we had in the spring, where they came in and they told us what food that we wanted. It was all there for them to take a look at. They pointed at what they wanted or let us know what they wanted. We served it on a plate and then handed it to them. We also gave them their wrapped cutlery, which we'll probably continue to do again this year. So that'll be the same breakfast and dinner.
That's it. There will be a letter coming out to all families later today For the junior school, grades 4 to 7, this letter will also include your child's table seating for this first portion of the year and the first order form for the week of September the 14th. For the first week of school, I'm really excited to let you know that we're doing our greatest hits parade. So on Wednesday, we'll be having Sarab's famous butter chicken for lunch. Thursday, we're going to be having Scooby-Doo's and meatballs.
Yep.
And on Friday, it'll be baked ham and parmesan potatoes. So, one thing that's very important for students to remember is that because they're going to be transitioning from their classrooms to another area, they need to put their masks on as they're coming from the school to the dining hall. They can remove their masks once they sit down at their tables within their learning cohorts, but we need them to wear their masks as they transition per the QMS Safe Return to School line.
Thank you, Leanne. Thank you, April. So there you are. I hope that that's all been helpful to you. You can click on our COVID-19 button on the website, as you know, and then you'll get everything right there at your fingertips. So I'd encourage you to do that. Thank you to the students who volunteered or maybe were volunteered, but they did a great job. And I hope that's whetted your appetite in every way for our return to school. Thanks, everybody.